welcome back. A little bit of a grey day today. So I hope you've all had a fabulous weekend. I've had a weekend of mentoring and a few things come up in that, and I want to kind of bring that into the video today. Kind of want to take it outside as well, but I don't know if it's going to rain, and I'm looking at the colour there. I feel like a little bit of green in my world today. So that's a little bit better. Still not green enough though, is it? Hold on, so... yeah, that looks a bit better, doesn't it? So, as I said to you, I run a mentoring program this weekend, and many things cropped up, and so when that happens, I usually like to grab the camera and discuss a few things. And so you'll all remember recently I released a video about the communication triangle, and I just want to give you another perspective on that also. So many of us practice mediumship. We go in, we do it the regular way, you know, you express that communicator that you have with your mum, your dad, your passing, your relationship, your job, your hobbies, etc., so on and so forth. And I honestly believe that this is not ideal for mediumship. I think it's a great practice tool to start getting familiar with communication. But for depth, it's just not, for me, it's just not right. I think there's a huge element we're missing there. So let me explain. So I see this mistake made everywhere, absolutely everywhere. You think by practice, of format, etc., that we can get good at mediumship. The problem that we have with that is that you are forgetting about the communication triangle. And that is the medium, the spirit world, and the client. Now, we've all heard the old medium jokes, you know, I'd rather be a large, or I'm a large, etc., etc. However, I want to give you the ability to have one size fits all. And what I mean is that while you're out there practicing, while you're out there doing your format mediumship, you know, you can get the relationship, and you can get the passing, and you can get their passions and all that stuff, the checklist that you're taught to do. Sometimes the client is not in need of that. You know, there are some clients, I think you'll agree, that almost do more talking than you. You have to work extremely hard to keep them quiet. And like, please just answer me yes or no, or I don't know. Instead, they're giving you all the information. And other clients, you literally have to hit the spot, or they are not budging. They'll be sat there like that, looking very miserable. You tell me, you're meant to know, you're meant to be in communication. So the client ingredient within the communication triangle is one with many, many variables. Here's a quick exercise for you all. Just next time you're in your group, or on your Zoom classes, or on your residential, whatever it is, just in your quiet time, ask the other developing mediums, the people that are attending the class or on the course with you, what do they deem as evidence? And I think you'll find very, very quickly that your idea is very different to that of the people that surround you. And that is going to be your client variable. Now, to try the point of the spirit of this communication triangle, ask, if at all possible, get two people that you know very well and you're very comfortable with, and ask one of them to explain you to the third person with no input. You know, what idea they have of you, what perspective they have of you, the things that they think you're proud of, the jobs they think you've done, the life flag points throughout your journey, throughout your life so far. What do they think those points are? And you're not allowed an input, just watch the communication take place. And again, I think you're going to find that you don't agree, you didn't realise they saw you that way, or that's how you were being perceived, or that was the projection you were giving. It's not a time to be angry, it's not a time to sort of like break relationships over. It's a time to take note of what's going on, and that will give you an idea of what's going on in the spirit world. So, as a very loose example, my proudest moments in my life are not the generic kind of moments. They're not what you think they are. And so my format, when I go in for mediumship to go and get that, the people that know me and love me and are close to me probably don't know some of that, probably don't know all the finer details, etc., etc. Yet you as the medium are trying to fill in those blanks. So the medium point of this triangle that I am currently trying to teach at the moment, you understand the variables of what the client may or may not want to hear. That's not what the spirit world want to say. The spirit world know what they want to say, but they've got to do it through the perspective of what the client knows them as or to be. Factual evidence in that sense, plus the need of the client. And then you as the medium, going in with your shackled format. You can't move, you're too busy practicing, you're too busy trying to fill in the questionnaire that you're going in with, checking off the shopping list that you have been taught or been provided with. And so you're going in trying to get all of these, and some of these may not work. The likelihood is most of them won't work all of the time. So many of you hopefully have sat there and gone, oh my God, that's why 60% of my readings are okay. The other 40% are not really that good, and you know, I could quite easily walk away with that. Plus, to add all those ingredients together, all the variables, you're going in with your fears, you're going in with your lack of faith or your lack of trust or your lack of self-confidence, maybe an ego. All of these other ingredients are also in amongst all of that as well. And so you do end up thinking to yourself sometimes, why do I do this? Why do I put myself up for it? And so what I want to sort of get you to see is that you are so bound by the old school teaching. You are so bound or limited by a teacher that's teaching you. You need to offer freedom. So I understand that we have to, when we're doing a public demonstration and to the centres, the churches, or at a course, whatever, there's this set way. And so what we've got to do is capture them quickly. So you could still use your formats in a sense. You know, I've got a dad here, he passes at 72 with a heart attack. Capture them, and then once you've captured them, that's the handover that teachers talk about. That's the cut the shackles off and let dad speak with his daughter through what perspective he believes the daughter has, while fulfilling or trying to fulfill the need the daughter has for being there in the communication. It's a tremendous amount to be thinking about, and you know, I won't have done what I'm trying to get across justice in a very short video. I hope I've made you think and you look into it a little bit. You know, if not, just carry on the way that you are. But for the improvement or raising that bar, making you feel a bit better, and making a medium one size fits all, this is the only kind of avenue I can see of breaking those shackles, certainly at this current moment in time, with the teachings and understanding that we have. So I think I'll round it up here today. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you all in a few days. Look after yourself.